Welcome to American English Vocabulary Podcast, the podcast that helps you build the words you need to speak, write, and succeed in English. Every episode, we explore the rich and fascinating world of American English, one word at a time. Whether you're just beginning your English journey or you've been studying for years, this podcast is your guide to the vocabulary that real Americans use every day, at work, at school, at the store, and at home. Words are the building blocks of communication. When you know the right word, you feel confident. You understand more. You express yourself clearly. And that confidence opens doors to better jobs, stronger friendships, and a fuller life in an English-speaking world. In each episode, we'll look at new vocabulary in context. You'll hear how words are used in real sentences. You'll learn their meanings, their pronunciation, and the situations where you'll need them most. We'll explore idioms, phrasal verbs, formal and informal language, all the vocabulary that makes American English come alive. So whether you're listening on your commute, during your lunch break, or at home after a long day, this podcast is here for you. All you need is your ears, your curiosity, and a desire to grow. This is American English Vocabulary Podcast. Learn a word. Change your world.
Academic vocabulary for college success. Success in American colleges and universities depends heavily on academic vocabulary, the specialized language of textbooks, lectures, essays, and exams. This chapter focuses on the core academic vocabulary that appears across multiple disciplines and strategies to master it efficiently. Play button. Key vocabulary terms. Thesis. The central argument or main claim of an essay or academic paper, typically stated in a single sentence. Example. A strong thesis statement should clearly express the writer's position and preview the main points of the essay. Analyze. To examine something systematically and in detail in order to explain and interpret it. Example. The professor asked students to analyze the poem's use of metaphor rather than simply summarizing its plot. Synthesize. To combine information from multiple sources into a coherent, unified argument or summary. Example. A research paper requires students to synthesize findings from at least 5 scholarly articles into their own original argument. Critique. To evaluate something, pointing out both strengths and weaknesses with evidence and reasoning. Example. The peer review exercise asked each student to critique a classmate's draft by identifying its strongest argument and one area needing more evidence. Citation. A reference to the source of information used in academic writing, giving credit to the original author. Example. All claims in the research paper must be supported with proper citations in either APA or MLA format. Play button. Article. Walking into a college classroom for the first time can feel like entering a foreign country. Professors speak rapidly using terminology that is not part of everyday conversation. Textbooks are dense with specialized language. Essay prompts use sophisticated verbs, analyze, synthesize, evaluate, compare, that require specific types of thinking and writing. Academic vocabulary falls into two broad categories. Domain-specific vocabulary refers to terms unique to a particular subject, such as photosynthesis in biology or habeas corpus in law. High-frequency academic vocabulary consists of words that appear across many subjects and disciplines, words like analyze, hypothesis, evidence, significant, and framework. Mastering high-frequency academic vocabulary provides the greatest return on study time because these words appear on every exam, in every essay, and in every lecture regardless of subject. The Academic Word List, AWL, developed by researcher Averill Coxhead, contains 570 word families that account for approximately 10% of all words in academic texts. Systematically studying the AWL gives learners a powerful academic vocabulary base in a relatively short time. Active engagement with academic vocabulary means more than memorizing definitions. It means recognizing how these words function in arguments, what counts as evidence, what makes an interpretation valid, what distinguishes comparison from analysis. Understanding these distinctions will transform the quality of your academic writing and discussion. College success also requires understanding the vocabulary of academic tasks themselves, syllabi, rubrics, office hours, prerequisites, and plagiarism. Knowing what these words mean and what they demand from you gives you a significant advantage from your first day on campus. Play button dialogue in context. Priya. The essay prompt says to critically evaluate the author's argument. What does that mean exactly? Writing tutor. Great question. Critically evaluate does not mean to criticize or find fault. It means to assess the argument carefully, looking at both its strengths and its weaknesses. Priya. So I should say what the author does well and also what could be improved? Writing tutor. Exactly. You would look at the quality of the evidence, the logic of the reasoning, any assumptions the author makes, and whether the conclusion is fully supported. Priya. What about the word synthesize? My professor told me my essay needs more synthesis. Writing tutor. Synthesis means bringing together ideas from different sources and showing how they connect or contrast with each other. Right now, your essay summarizes each source separately. Synthesis would mean weaving them together around your central argument. Priya. I think I understand. Can you show me an example? Writing tutor. Of course. Instead of writing Sersea says X, Sersea says Y, you would write, while Sersea argues X, Sersea challenges this view by suggesting Y, a tension that highlights the complexity of the issue. Play button learning tips. 1. Download the Academic Word List, AWL, for free online and study its 570 high-frequency academic word families systematically. 2. When reading textbook chapters, highlight or note every word you do not fully understand and create a subject-specific vocabulary list. 3. Pay special attention to essay prompt verbs. Words like analyze, compare, describe, justify, and evaluate each require a different type of response. 4. Practice using academic vocabulary in your own writing. Challenge yourself to use at least 3 new academic words correctly in every paper you write. 5. Visit your professor during office hours and use academic vocabulary in conversation. This reinforces both language and professional relationship building skills.
And that's our episode for today. Thank you for spending this time with American English Vocabulary Podcast. You've just taken one more step forward in your English journey, and every step matters. Learning a new language takes time, patience, and practice. But here you are doing the work. That's something to be proud of. Before you go, here are 3 simple ways to make today's vocabulary your own. First, say the new words out loud. Repeat them. Hear your own voice using them. Second, write them down. Use them in a sentence that's meaningful to you. Third, look for them. Listen for today's words in conversations, in shows, in the world around you. When you spot them, you'll know you're making progress. Learning vocabulary isn't just about memorizing definitions. It's about making words a part of who you are. The more you use them, the more natural they become. If you enjoyed today's episode, please share it with a friend who is also learning English. And if you have words or topics you'd like us to cover, we'd love to hear from you. Until next time, keep listening, keep practicing, and keep growing. This is American English Vocabulary Podcast, one word at a time.